Good morning, my fellow traders. Hope you all enjoying your weekend. And again, it was a great week in regards with some metals. We had some good moves out of commodities, especially gold and silver and some other commodities, which I'm going to show you in the first part of the video. In the second part, we're going to do analysis of nat gas, gold, silver, and I'm adding US cocoa today as well. So the first part, I highly recommend you to watch it because the reason I show you and the reason I make a longest video over the weekend so that I can show you what I've did throughout whole week, how I predict the market with you guys, with my students, how I give a basic mentorship to my members, full mentorship to my students, how I personally analyze the market throughout the week, and how I execute my plan in trading. So in the first part, I'm going to cover all that. I'm going to show you the trades I've taken, the trades that did not play out, the zones that did not play out, why I've entered those trades, and everything that has happened in my trading. Everything has happened with reasons. Without reason, there is nothing that I've done in my trading. Now I'm going to start with my trade here with gold. Now my plan was for the gold and silver. My plan was that as a gold and silver is both pushing up in a trend since there is no resistance, but we had a target hit of 1.618 retracement. Now I'm going to make a separate video, a reel where I will show you how much money you just have made within these two trades right here, 4,500 pips, and that is 10,000 pips. Just in 2 months, you could have made a money worth of year's salary. How? Wait for that video. But let me show you the plan that I've shared with my students on Friday morning, as you can see, 7 a.m. UK time. I've sent this message in my Discord group, and again guys, before I get lots of messages, Discord access will only given to my MMTA full course student, to the premium members, where I give you full mentorship as well. So here, when a silver broke above the resistance, now right here I'm going to show you silver first. So silver right here, I was either looking for the double top, which we didn't get, but instead we have a massive move where the silver broke above the tops. Now looking at that in the morning, based on that, I've shared this little analysis with my students that now looking at silver, if this candle closes, means this candle that just broke out above the recent top, if that closes, you may see a possible trend continuation towards the next level of resistance. I'm talking about silver. If that broke above, we are looking at the level above for the price to get to. Now, that was a plan, my analysis. Since gold is at the double top area and silver has broken above the double top area, means gold was at the double top area, at that time it was here, and silver that broke above the double top area, which is right here. Since that happens, I'm expecting a pullback in a gold. If we see a red candle within the double top area, means an engulfing candle or a red candle, this pullback could push the silver down to retest the recent resistance that was broken, and from there both will move up together. So I've said that if we have an entry in gold, in that case gold will push lower, and in that process we have a retest of the recent level from the silver that was broken. And after that, I've said that, so I'm looking for a sell trades on gold from double top area. Risky since there is no resistance, but I'm going to tell you why I've taken this trade. And a pullback entry bullish move or aggressive entry bullish move on silver. This is the move I'm expecting, and let's see how it goes. So that was my clear plan. I've decided what to do. The move didn't happen yet, but this was my plan of what to do. That is how you should be trading. It is a full-time business. It is a full-time job. You need to be very focused when you want to make or pull money out of the market. If you are distracted towards the other things in your life, then you won't be able to do trading as efficient. Now, exactly how the things plan for gold. Now, right here, when the double top form at the all-time high, why I didn't enter this trade, even though we had a pin bar from this double top? Because it is just a double top and there is no resistance level here on gold. When there is no resistance, price just give a normal correction, which is likely. But here we didn't get a correction because number one, there is no resistance and there is nothing in the RSI. And as you can see, price just pushes up. Now the difference here, the price pushes up here. Number one, it hit 1.618 retracement of the Fibonacci level. Number two, after the pullback, we had a bullish entry, which we have already taken. and from where the price pushes back up. That was clearly mentioned that I'm expecting a price to now push up to this high. That was already the part of my plan to enter here and to exit here. Let's see the clip. If this candle closes the bullish engulfer, for me, that would be a better entry than this entry. So I would be more comfortable to take this entry once closed as a bullish engulfing pattern, and I'll go 180 for my target, which is $17 at this point. For me, my target will look something like this. My first target will look something like this, $17 or 1700 pips, you can say, like this. Or I might go a bit lower for my stop loss and take profit as well, just to have some more room. And I'm seeing a price to push up again from here, at least to this recent highs, then a possible push down and a continuation. So for now, expect a push up to the recent highs, something like this. Expect a rejection from the recent highs. Could be a bearish engulfer. Expect a pullback here. And if we have a divergence in the RSI, in that case, I'm expecting a deep pullback. So let's see how it goes. But for now, I'm expecting a push up to these zones, and then a bearish engulfer will be a signal the price is going to give us a pullback. Nicely. Perfect. So with a plan, we exit the trade. And then I was looking for the bearish engulfer that I've just mentioned, that I'll be looking to enter my sell trade from the double top. Now here, why I've entered this trade. Now, after this candle formed, this green candle, we had a clear divergence in the RSI, means a weakening in momentum where the price is making higher highs, and in the RSI, it is creating the lower highs, means a momentum is likely to weak. So for me, this was not a better entry because there is just one factor that we are just maybe overbought, not even overbought. But here we are oversold, overbought with a divergence. So I decided to take my trade exactly how I planned. Now in this pullback, where I've mentioned in my Discord group that after this pullback, I'm expecting a pullback out of the gold, and this pullback could push the silver down to retest the recent broken zone from where the both will move together. Now, what is my next plan? I've said that with this pullback, silver will push down to retest the support that is done. So it is going with the plan from where the both might push higher. Now we are at the place here on silver where we are ready to enter the buy trades, but I want to see a bullish engulfer here, and I want to see a bullish engulfer here as well. So once both give me a signal for the buy, in that case we have taken the profits here, and it is 1.4 to 1 for me, reward to risk ratio target. And if one give me a signal, then the other will likely to push up. Maybe one gave me a signal, other won't, but it is my plan to enter the buy trades from here. I'm going to do full analysis in the analysis part of the video, but it is also a detailed analysis here on gold and silver. But it is also a good example how I execute my plan. So after that, when I was in the trade, right here, I've sent this message in the group again. Now silver is retesting the support, and if there's a bullish pattern or a pullback entry in silver, both might push up again, and gold is almost there at 50 EMA. At that time, a trade was still running, and as I mentioned, that exactly how I explained. Now we are at the same place and the same scenario which I was predicting, which I predicted, and exactly as you can see how nicely it is going with a plan. And that is how you need to do your business if you want to do trading. So you see how beautiful it is if you follow your rule, if you follow your plan. Now the reason to tell you about this trade is that you guys need to do the same thing. Don't follow signals. Don't follow the random tips in the market, but learn a full rule, learn a full system, and then maybe create your own system. If you learn from me, maybe after learning my strategies, you become a better trader. I'm sure and I'm confident that after learning someone's strategy, because when I learned trading, I have created multiple strategies of my own, created it, backtested it, and then implemented that in my trading, and I've become a better trader. So you might do the same thing. If you follow me, create your strategies. You might be trading better than me. You might be taking trades on smaller time frame because I trade in 4 hour mainly. You might be trading on 1 hour or 30 minutes, and you might be doing better than me. Because for my students in my course, I have given you everything that took me years to learn, to backtest, to understand. But for you guys, I have cut down your learning curve dramatically. That is why mentors are very important in your life if you want to learn something. And make sure if you choose someone to mentor you, they must be legit. They must be there to teach you things that is right in front of you in public, not behind some sort of signals, not behind some sort of buy or sell signals. But if you like someone's style of trading or style of teaching, then go for it, do your research, and try to learn the full system from that person. Either it's for me, either it's for someone else. Do your research, and then if you're really passionate about learning this business, it is a beautiful business that gives you financial freedom, that gives you a freedom of location, and gives you a lot of time if done correctly. So after that, we have taken 2 trades this week in the priority group. Out of that, 1 hit partially take profit, 2nd hit stop loss. I want to show you that as well, because I want to show you every week what I did in the group. Like I said, it is not a signal group, but for you to learn and implement the same things, what I'm doing, what I'm sending to you as an alert, look for the same entries and implement that in your trading. Now, first I want to show you the trade right here that was sent to the members. Right here, as you can see, with take profit 1 and take profit 2. Here, the take profit 1 has been hit and price then pushes lower. A nice and good example of my pullback entry, broke above 50 EMA, a pullback bullish engulfer, and a smaller target. If you are my student, if you have just taken this target, a smaller one, that has played out as well, but the bigger target won't hit. So it is your partial profit or a break-even trade, but that played out nicely, and then the price quickly fallen down. Then we had one more trade that was already a risky trade, and that was already mentioned when I sent an alert, which is right here, Euro CAD. Now, I've already mentioned this in this trade alert, that risky trade as we had a double bottom just before this bearish pattern formed, which could be a reversal signal. However, I'm still following the rules. I took this trade with very low risk. So, the reason behind it, we had a double bottom right here, and then the price broke above the neckline. If you look here, this was a level of support at where the double bottom formed. So, in the back of the mind, I knew that that could reverse from here, or if not, that might give me some sort of pullback that is enough to hit my profits, and then it might pushes up. That was the reason I've taken the sell trade. But I have a factor in the mind that the neckline has been broken, and that could push the price higher from here, and that has happened exactly. My intuition was right, and this was a stop loss hit, but again, that was a low risk. That is totally fine if it hit my stop loss. The exact same entry I took in the other market, in the other instrument, which was right here on USD Japanese yen, and which was again right here USD Japanese yen. So if my strategy didn't play out once, I know that it is my tested strategy. It will play multiple times. So it doesn't matter if it hit your stop loss, but trust your rules and trust your strategy. And that is why I show you my strategies every week, in that it is still up to date and relevant in today's date in the markets. So it doesn't matter if one strategy hit your stop loss, but if that happen again, I will enter with the same method again. Then few trades I've shown in the live session to the students, to the members. That is why live sessions is very important, where I can talk to you, I can answer you, I can interact with you, and you can ask me questions to learn something, and I can tell you what actually I'm looking at if I'm taking a trade, if not, and why I've taken those trades. For example, this trade I've taken, Euro Japanese yen, as you can see, 176 pips target has been hit. Now, I've clearly mentioned in my live session that it is a valid bullish engulfer. If you are my student, you know that is a valid aggressive entry. Since the price and the candle didn't engulf the previous candle fully with the wick, that was still a valid entry, but a risky entry, but I didn't send it as an alert. I've taken it myself. Why? Because if you are in my group, if you are my student, even if I'm a priority member, you have seen this type of entries multiple times. If you are in my group from long time, for example, you have took the same entry in GBPUSD, aggressive entry, right here, that was sent few weeks ago. Took the same entry, right here, that was sent on 27th of January, 2 weeks ago. That played out, right? And exact same entry I took here on Euro Japanese yen, but the opposite. That was bearish, that was bullish. Bearish engulfer there and a bullish engulfer here. And that is how you need to learn from my alerts. Alerts and priority group is for someone who is maybe already a good trader, who has a knowledge, then they can use my reports to implement that in their trading and strategy. But if you're someone who's total beginner, then I highly recommend you guys to go to moneymarkets.uk and go for the premium plan. If you are a total beginner, you have no idea what trading is, what to do, how to start, then this is the only plan you need. With that, you get these 2 plans for free, and it is a lifetime and a one-time payment with a Discord group access and my full mentorship. If not, that's totally cool. And it is not a sales pitch because I get so many messages every day that, Omar, I want to learn trading. I'm a total beginner. Shall I join your group? I always say that if you are a total beginner, please go for the full premium plan where you learn full trading system. So that was something mentioned in my live session. Let me show you where there is no ifs, there is no buts. When there is an entry, there is an entry. Euro Japanese yen, we had a bullish engulfer from this pair. I'm in this trade, not send it as an alert. The target is so big that I was not comfortable to send it, but I've taken it myself. If you are my student, you know that is a valid entry, aggressive entry, 176 pips target still running. Let's see how this goes. Perfect. So as you can see, I was already in the trade and that nicely hit my take profit. And one more trade we had. Someone asked me questions that what to expect from GBPNZD. Again, if you are my student, we had this double bottom pattern. Now it is not an alien for you because previously if you were my priority member, we have taken this trade which is the double bottom pattern. Exact same strategy, double bottom pattern, right here that was sent you as an alert on 26th of December, just recently. So exact same pattern has happened right here and that was also clearly mentioned in my live session. And let me show you the clip from there. GBPNZD, a double bottom here. It's going to be very aggressive double bottom. We already had a double bottom here. So how the target will look like, it looks like all the way from this 382 candle, 130 pips. So that is how it looks like. If you are my student, if you have been watching my trade alerts, that is how we take an entry. A good example of double bottom from the trend continuation zone after the break, and then we had a double bottom pattern. So awesome. So if you're learning from my trade alerts, then you know that we have taken this entry before. A double bottom with a pin bar or a 382 candle, and that nicely pushes up 130 pips for the targets. That could have gone up to 1.421 as well. So that is how we have taken those trades. Now in the live session, you can ask me any questions. You can ask me to analyze any other market. For example, one of my member or student is in the group and we frequently look at his instrument, which is EURPLN. Now in the live session, I've said that price has broken above the structure level, below the structure level. Now I want to see either a pullback and a bearish engulfer or an aggressive entry or a double bottom. Now exactly how I've said we had a same entry pattern. First, let me show you the clip from the live session. For now, another pullback with a bearish engulfer is your entry. Exactly like this. Could be a big pullback below 50 EMA, bearish engulfer is your entry. Otherwise, we have a zone below that is a major support price is heading to. Very big level, weekly level as well. So that is why it's going to be very good entry from this zone. You can go for aggressive as well if you want to. 4.135 goes to 4.160 is your zone to enter your buy trades with bullish engulfers or double bottom entry pattern. So very good entry. A zone is coming up. You can either go aggressively because these type of zones I like to enter aggressively as well. Awesome. So you see the beauty. Nothing has been done with any sort of guess. I've said that either we're going to enter aggressively. We had an aggressive entry right here. That pushes up nicely according to the stops and target of my rules of the initial targets. And then what do you see here? After hitting the targets, exactly after that, we had a bearish engulfer. And exactly after forming a bearish engulfer, we have a price hit a take profit according to the stops and target of the rules I teach to my students. And then what do we have? We have a double bottom pattern as well. And from here, that might pushes up strongly and that might hit 1.421 target as well. So exactly how the things plan, and this is how you can learn from me in the group, ask me questions in the live session so that you can get as much as knowledge as possible. Now I'm going to take you to the report, the commodity report I send to the members, which I do every week with Forex, indices and commodities. Now the Forex pairs still didn't play out as we are still waiting for the price to get to those zones, but one was in the zone. I want to show you that as well, which I've personally taken. GBP I've personally taken this trade, but that was also sent to the members in the report that I'll be looking to enter my sell trades, and I've entered this trade and that hit my stop loss. That is why I show you these losses as well, because it is a part of trading. Sometimes we have losses, sometimes we have profits, but if we have maximum amount of profit, because this year, trust me, gold has given me some insane amount of profit, and these losses are nothing, because on the other hand, if you know the rules, we have multiple type of entries in the stock market, crypto market, everything. You will get full-fledged pro once you know the rule. So that was a stop loss, my stop loss hit, and I lose money as well. Right here, just want to show you that, yes, that also hit my stop loss. That's my real account connected with IC Markets. So I lost money here, but I was under my risk. It is just a 1% of the risk for me. That is all. So be patient. Don't get confused. Sometimes I have 3 losses in the row. For example, last week, 2 trade alerts was sent, both hit stop loss. This week, 2 trade alerts was sent, 1 partially hit my profit, 1 hit a stop loss. But I was prepared for the stop loss. So that is a part of trading. Now I want to show you copper that played out nicely from my zone. It is a quick analysis on copper in case you want to mark the support zone. Since I'm showing you the zone of the copper, a resistance zone, and the support is already highlighted there, so feel free to mark these on your charts as well. So here on copper, I've sent this report to the members this week, last week actually, that copper has a major zone above that has been tested multiple times, making it a valid counter trading zone. And I'll be closely monitoring this area for the possible setups. And I'll focus on this zone for the possible selling opportunity on a smaller time frame. So we had 2 entries. Number 1, we had an entry right here that happens on 1 hour. If you look here, a pin bar and a 382 candle happened. But after that, on 4 hour, we had another entry. And as you can see, what do you see here? A pin bar with an engulfing candle makes it a strongest signal. With that, we had an overbought in the RSI. With that, we were in the level of resistance. We have 3 factors, 3 confluences going in the favor of this trade. Combining all that, we have a stronger signal. And with the swing high bearish engulfer, I've taken this trade. And I've just gone 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio for this trade. I could have gone up to 1.4 to 1, but for commodities, I keep it 1.2 to 1 for me. That is enough for me to take my profit. Sometimes I also go 1 to 1. That is totally on my own discretion. So that played out perfectly fine. We are still waiting for the other commodities to play out from the zones I've already sent to the members. So this week, not many zones hit the levels, but hopefully by next week or week after that, once the price hit my zones, come into my zone, we're gonna take some massive badass trades, because we are waiting for the setups to come to us rather than we are jumping in the market and forcing us in a trades when there is no setups. Let the setups come to you rather than placing random trades. So let's wrap the first part of the video. I hope you got a value from the first part, and I hope you have learned something out of the first part of the video, especially the first gold and silver analysis I've just shown in the first part, how nicely we planned that trade. Now, starting with nat gas, gold, silver, and crude oil, and with that I'm adding US cocoa. Now before I give you a new trend continuation zone and a new counter trading zone which price has just created, I want to give you the Fibonacci entries. As you know, recently we took an entry on gold 2 times, and both times that nicely hit the targets. Similar entries has now been triggered here on natural gas. So on all 3 platforms, mark your zones above and below, which I'm going to mention very shortly. So from these zones, what you need to do from this high to the lower level, and it is your Fibonacci entry. Again, gonna be very risky entry, but it gives you a very good reward. Make sure every time you trade, whatever you trade, you must have your stop loss there. And also, it is just my opinion. Again, you take your trades on your own risk. It is not any sort of trading advice. So I would wait for the 50% retracement, and for aggressive entry, that is my buy limit order. Stop loss can be below this pattern, and take profit can be 1.618 retracement. So that is something for the aggressive entry on all 3 platforms. If you want to mark your Fibonacci tool on Nemex, exactly like this. Ovanda, exactly like this on all 3 platform. That is how I'm going to mark my zones, and let's discuss the numbers of these zones and the other entries, which is the pullback entries and aggressive entries and double bottoms entry as well. So here on this platform on capital.com, first the price has broken above the level of resistance. That was a minor level that was likely to be broken, and let's turn it to green. This level is 3.565, goes up to 3.659. I might update this level on Monday, but if you are a member, you will get an up-to-date levels on Sunday as usual. But for now, it is still a valid level. Have these levels on your charts. And then we have one more level above, which is 3.864 goes to 4.002. As the price broke above this level, I'm now looking at both levels. The level below for the possible retest with a bullish engulfer or a double bottom. That is all I'm looking at. If we have a bullish engulfer double bottom in this level, we have a valid entry. Or if you have a deep pullback above 50 EMA with a bullish engulfer, I'm going to go long from here. So correction is very likely from here, but I want to see a pullback entry bullish for me to take an entry. Now, correction doesn't mean you start selling. It is never a guaranteed. Sometimes there is no corrections. But according to the RSI, I'm expecting a correction. I know most of my members and who follow me on YouTube, they also take an entries here on these corrections, which is something I don't recommend. Now, after this correction, I want to see a pullback entry bullish. If the price pushes up first, it is an area from where I want to look for my bearish engulfers or double bottom entry patterns. So sell from here, buy from here, in between, pullback entry bullish. That is all I'm looking at. A nice trending market, and it is an area which is not a major zone that is likely to be broken, but expecting a pullback with the condition with enough to hit and take over profits, then ride along with the trend towards the next level, which I'm going to keep you guys informed in my upcoming videos. Here on this platform, the zone has been broken and turn it to green now. It is 3.641 goes to 3.818. I'm going to go for NEMEX shortly. The zone above 4.200 goes to 4.348. So simply a pullback. Again, I might redo the zone, but for now, pullback is something I want to see. Bullish engulfers and double bottom I want to see. Or a pullback entry above 50 EMA I want to see. That is all I want to see from natural gas on this platform. Otherwise, the zone above right here, which is my minor zone, I want to see a push up to the zone and bearish engulfers and double top from the area. Here on NEMEX, right here the zone that has been broken, 3.490 goes to 3.612. The zone above, which is right up there, 4.192 goes to 4.361, from where I want to see my bearish engulfers or double top entry pattern. We do have a minor level right here from where we can see some pullbacks before the price pushes up. So buy from this zone or above 50 EMA, pullback entry bullish, sell from this zone, which is my bearish engulfing pattern. For now, we are in a nice uptrend. And also, we had a multiple weekly candle that has broken above 50 and 20 EMA on all three platform. Weekly zone has been broken, nicely pushing up from a 45 degree, almost a 45 degree angle. And this was a zone that was mentioned a couple of weeks ago that it could be a start of a new uptrend after this wave up and a retest and then a push up to this level. First this level with a pullback and then a continuation, then a pullback and a continuation. Now these pullback can be dramatic on smaller time frame, but on a higher time frame we are in an uptrend, and that has nicely been played out. That was mentioned at the first video of 2025. That's what I was expecting. Feel free to check that video. Everything is there for the public. So look at these two levels for your possible entries. Here on gold, I highly recommend you to watch the first few minutes of this video. I've given the full analysis of gold and silver, what I'm looking at for the gold and silver. It was a full analysis. If you're someone who is just here for the analysis, look at this part of the video, the timestamp you see, and then come back here and look at my analysis from here. So, as explained in the first part of the video, I'm now looking at my bullish engulfing pattern. Simply bullish engulfing pattern. If we have one more candle broken below 50 EMA with a good solid momentum or two candles below 50 EMA, in that case, we are no longer bullish, because in that case, we have a break of neckline and we might see a pullback, retest of the neckline, and a possible fall to my next major structure level. So very important to see how the market opens. And I want to see a bullish candle close above this candle. In that case, we have a confirmation that price is now going to push up again back to these rejection zones. So keep an eye on the next candle. Bullish engulfer will confirm that price is going to push up again. Few candles below 50 EMA will confirm that price is going to push down here. Again, watch the first part of the video to see the full analysis of gold and silver. Exactly same on silver. Bullish engulfer is something I'm looking at. And once we have that, I'm going to go long from here using 1 to 2 ATR for my target. Not selling silver unless and until we are above 50 EMA. Once close below 50 EMA, only then I'll start to look for my bearish trades. So let's see how it goes. It could be a head and shoulder pattern. It could be a continuation above, or could be a reversal. So next candle will decide how this will go. Next one, we have crude oil. I mentioned clearly in my last video that as long as price is above this little horizontal line, which is right here, we are not selling crude oil. And that didn't break below that. We had a next candle closes back up. Now we are below 50 EMA, that is totally fine. I want to see a break below this low. In that case, we have a confirmation of the bearish trade. We are still bearish for crude oil since we are trading below 50 EMA. If you look here on daily, we are getting a bearish cross that likely push the price lower. So for the extra confirmation, for the confluence, wait for the price to break below these lows. In that case, we are going towards a level below, which I'm going to mention in my upcoming videos. And then we're going to start to look at the pullback entry, bearish only. Keep an eye on Ovanda and on Capital.com both. Wait for the break below and then start to look for the bearish trades. Otherwise, we might see a bounce and a double bottom formation from here. If you have a strong bullish engulfer, it is not a very strong level, but if you have a strong bullish engulfer here, that will likely push the price up again if you have a clear double bottom using 1 to 2 ATR for your targets. Exactly goes for Capital.com. If you have a double bottom formation at this minor support, as you can see, it is a minor support. If you have a formation here, we have a signal that price is going to bounce up from here. And if broken above 50 EMA again, in that case, the price will push up and this double bottom pattern will act dramatically. So keep an eye on this level. Make sure I will only sell once we're completely broken below these lows on 4-hour time frame. Finally, we have US cocoa going up exactly with the plan. We have a double bottom rejection area. It is likely the price is going to come down to this area. Mark the rejection zone right. Exactly like this, from this body to this wick. So all I want to see, a push down with a rejection with the bullish engulfer or a 3A2 candle like this. If either of this candle forms in the rejection box without a candle to close below these lows, then we will have a valid double bottom and price will likely to shoot up from here again. So that is all I'm looking at. I'm not selling, I'm not buying unless and until I see a clear condition. Sell will only happen once we are broken below these lows. Buy will happen once we have a double bottom or once we are broken above these highs. So that is it for today's video. Hope you got a value and hope you have learned something out of my today's long video. If yes, hit a like button for me, subscribe if you're new so that we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Hope you trade green and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome weekend. Take care.